There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing today? If you were expecting to see Graham's beautiful face, I have some disappointing news for you today. Joined by myself, Matt, or TK Tree Kiwi, and our narrative designer, Greg. So, yeah, welcome to the today's stream. And I'm sure everyone's looking forward to picking your brains a little bit about, you know, the process and things you go through. So,
I figured, yeah. So I'm Greg, nice to meet you all. And as you will hear in the next two sentences, I'm from France.
Yeah, yeah, there we go. So because we're playing on PlayStation today, we've got a little bit of a challenge with the sound, or it's not really. But we've got this big microphone in front of us. It probably just blew your eardrums out like that. So that's the big white thing you can see that's in the way there. I'm just checking. Looks like everything's right. I don't think there's any frame drops that I can see anyway. So there we go.
Looks good.
Yeah, so hello everybody. Taco, Fisk, Pixel. There's heaps of names in there actually. Welcome everybody. So what we're going to do again actually is, if you saw the stream with Fisk, we're going to do the same mission we did the other day, which is the gas tank mission. And so a couple of reasons for that, so you can compare the different streams, because we are on a PlayStation today. And also, so we don't give any spoilers away. It's a side mission. It's nothing to do with the main storyline. Yeah, it'll just be a good chance to show some of the gameplay off, and things like that. So, so first off, we're going to go back up to the cave, which is where you actually pick up the mission. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. And so, that'll be good. So maybe for people that don't quite understand what your title is, maybe you can just give a brief overview for people watching the stream.
Right, about the game and the story.
Well, yeah. But also your role, like, you know, what you do in the game.
So yeah, I'm a narrative designer, and I make sure that we can I work with our mission designer to implement missions and write nice content for our main missions and side missions. So we call them world missions and world missions. And see how they can be implemented in the game, and then I do a lot of other things. I also work with dialogue. That was my main focus before, and localization, so that the story can actually be experienced by everyone in other languages as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
That's a very good start.
I can see some potential in those things being picked up for gas station mission. Yeah,
we're going to try and see if we can do it a little bit stealthy, because I'm playing by myself today. So if you guys saw how many machines there were with Fisk and stuff, I think this is going to be pretty challenging. So. But anyway, sorry to cut you off.
No, so yeah, we're entering this cave. So we're going to show you how you can find a new mission to play. So there in the world, it can be anywhere. See, it's highlighted in blue, the what we call a mission item. It's found footage that you can find out about more. So you can press the X here to get the open the main. So press OK twice now. Yeah, and that way you can see the mission item, and that gives you. So this is a survival journal. So survivor, because obviously the machines have taken over.
Yeah. All
of a sudden you come back from a trip to the archipelago after a couple of days. You have no idea what happened. And yeah, that's all you know at the start of the game. So, but some people apparently have survived, and obviously hide in case, because otherwise they're going to get killed brutally.
Yes. Yeah. And of course, being in the 80s, electronics and things were not around, and diaries were, and notes were a very common form, and that's why you find them like this. So.
Especially after the machines have taken over.
Yes.
That would be the only way you can, keep notes or communicate with other people at that point.
Definitely. So from this, we're looking for a garb hammer. So if we go to the map conveniently, oh look, there it is right there. So you guys might.
I'm just reading someone saying narrative designers, any typos, blame him. Yeah,
that's probably one of the dev team, is it?
From maybe. But yeah, it's pretty much true.
Yeah. So, but no, it must be such a process to start with a blank canvas and then make everything come alive, I suppose, with the words and the storyline and things like that. So
yeah, but usually, to be honest, it's not really a blank canvas for me. Because there's the game director and everything that create all the backstory.
True. Yes.
Then I work with that as well. And then there's the world itself.
Yeah.
Like I don't go from a blank canvas and like create a story just because I want to tell it, but I'm we find with the mission designer interesting locations.
Yes.
And see how we can develop a story based on that. So we like the world to tell the story.
Yeah.
As we often say.
Yeah, that's good. And because you were saying just before the stream too, like, you know, depending on which part of the map you would look at it too to try and work it into the storyline and stuff. And you're saying that this part of the map is particularly more hilly and things like that. So that everything about the world, like you're saying, is incorporated into the story.
We try to make sure that the story can make sense.
Yes.
In a way. Like okay, where would you hide? Yes, you would hide in this really isolated region as a survivor.
Yeah.
Not like really. Of course, there's a small hamlet close to it, but it's remote enough so that the machines are not there right away.
Yeah, well, hey, look, cave's a pretty good place to hide out.
See, we've been able to chat for 5 minutes and no machines have attacked you.
Yeah, that's true. So.
And for the Swedes on the chat, you may have noticed last week or today that some of the cans have like Swedish writing on it, which is, I think it was pretty panna.
Yes, yeah, I saw that.
Typical Swedish.
Just turn the PS4 game down. Apparently, our voice is getting drowned out a little bit. Let me know if that helps. Sorry, just saw that.
So do we need to start over?
No, it should be fine. It should be right. I mean, they'll let us know if not.
So we are trying to reach out, but we're not everything at the same time.
Yeah, that's it. So there we go. Was Graham in chat? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, Graham's had to actually just shoot off home because he wasn't feeling very well. You know, just that's why I'm here today. Sorry, just to answer some of the
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Petit Canna.
Canna.
That's right.
A canna.
Yeah. So I have to say, I have not played a PlayStation or any console actually in a very long time, but this is like very smooth. I wouldn't notice any difference really compared to the PC, apart from obviously it's a controller, so that's really nice.
But yeah, you're a PC player, right?
I am. Yeah. Insert master race joke here. Yeah. So.
I didn't say it, but yeah, I'm a PS4 gamer, mostly console player.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, nice. I do like the ease of a console. I think it's a bit more nice and chilled out when I sit on the couch or wherever and play. So, yeah. But so this is going to be really interesting actually because I don't have sound, which is a huge part of moving around the world.
It's a huge problem in this game.
Yeah.
Like you can when I played a mission earlier, then you could actually hear the footsteps and all the rumble of one of the big machines approaching. So you want to. Yeah, that's it. We're actually at a disadvantage even more than we should now.
Yeah, that's it.
So if you're interested in knowing where we can go, we can check on the map and track it.
Yeah.
Or we can keep exploring a bit.
Yeah, that's all good. So when we talk about like narrative design,
I'm seeing a translation. Will it be released with a German translation? Yes, we. German is one of the languages we support for UI localization, along with. So yeah, that's what I do too, along with French, Spanish, Polish, Russian, Chinese, and Japanese, I think.
So, for players that, players actually that, what other languages do we support? What other languages are translated in the game anyway with the subtitles? You mentioned German just before.
So German, French, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, Polish, and Russian.
Awesome, thank you. That's cool. A good selection there. And then, sorry, I got a little bit tripped over myself before. What I was supposed to be asking, and wanted to ask actually, was like, in terms of character creation and stuff like that, that's part of your main job as well, is to tell it. Like, how do you immerse yourself in it enough to write the dialogue? You know, like, how do you find inspiration and make it sound, you know, like, I wouldn't even have a clue where to start to create a character. You know, it'd be like some vanilla. Something.
If I'm being honest, that's how I feel at the start as well.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's all right.
I don't have like inspiration doesn't work like that. Where you just find stuff. For me, it's a lot of research because obviously I'm not from Sweden, so I need to actually research the context of the 80s and the Cold War and how people felt and what people knew at the time.
Yeah.
How people lived. You know, how do they communicate with each other? So that's how I start, and then I check the regions or the locations. Worked with a mission designer on his original intent.
Yes.
Because we work closely together on this, and then Then I have stories I would like to tell or characters that I would like to explore, and I see which one could fit in which mission.
Yes.
So one character is a journalist, another one is just an engineer, another one could be a policeman.
Yes.
And then I see, okay, would a policeman character work in this mission, or does it not make sense?
Yeah.
So in this mission, it's just a regular survivor, not one of the major characters.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But that's usually how I start. So like how you can set up the story in one of the missions and then resolve it in another mission later. Like have some kind of small arcs here and there.
Yeah, okay. Oh, there we go, so the first machine now. So just to quickly bounce subjects a little bit, here's this the different scope that Francis actually hooked me up with today. So that's pretty cool. This is one of the attachments that you can find and add to gear by tactically destroying machines without destroying the bits and pieces on them. Wowza, look. That's a nice big harvester there. That sounds pretty cool. So in the storyline, the harvester is at the gas station, and it's been siphoning petrol out of the gas station, and so the reason behind us destroying it is to try and limit the amount the machines can do.
Exactly, cripple their since they took over your world, you want to be able to cripple them a bit for to avoid them thriving even more than they need to.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're, as you can see, and they're inspired by heavy-duty machinery. So yeah, they work with oil and gas and everything.
I gotcha.
You can see the brand of the gas station is called Benzo.
Yeah.
So fictional brand that may be familiar, like, or remind of other real life names for Swedes.
Yep.
So it's a very typical scenery that you would have experienced in the 80s.
Move the chair to Greg. We can see it as a dark thing in the corner, the right corner. Move the chair next to Greg. Oh, perhaps maybe this one here.
This?
I'm not sure. I would be surprised if I can see that one, but potentially.
Oh, okay.
But let me have a look. Anyway, I was going to say, just to back up a little bit. So when you're putting the characters together, how much do you flesh them out? Like, and are you like a visual person? Like for me, I need to write everything down and see it all. Like how this character would fit together, or is it like a little bit more simplistic for you in the fact that you kind of have a good idea of the characters in your head?
For me, I have to write it down.
Yeah.
So it's not really visual.
Yes.
That way, but it's more like I have to write them down, and then they get fleshed out that way.
Yeah.
As I keep writing, and then I remove things that don't make sense or don't fit in the world, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not really visual for me. Speaking of visual, we should maybe specify what we mean with characters.
Yes, that's
For now, yeah, where it's storyline characters, so you will basically read about what they read of the documents or find traces of them.
Yeah.
But you will not meet them in the world.
Yeah,
they're not NPCs.
Disappeared.
So that's why we're saying characters and not NPCs.
Yeah, that's right. Oof, that looks like a good scope. That's can I put that on that? I just dropped it. What a noob. But yeah, so how do you think we should go about this, Greg? There's just us and a lot of machines. I liked your idea. We have one sticky flare.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe we should just run in and throw it, and then just hope?
Yeah, you would need to get rather close though to make sure it actually. So our idea would be that we attach a sticky flare to the gas station, so that basically the machines do the job for you. So I've actually never experienced it, so maybe I hope it would work.
Let's try. This is what this game is about.
Yeah,
is experimenting, and we're either gonna get there or not. So I just have to remember which one it is again. There we go. So
that's the one. Yeah.
That's the one.
So that's really practical because the sticky flare will be disorienting machines by being very, very, very hot and loud. Checking if there's something we can.
I was going to just head down the side of the road there, but the harvester's decided that it's had enough of the petrol. Maybe I can get close to the.
So maybe you can sneak. You can sneak closer.
Yeah, let's try and go in through here.
But just be aware if you sneak in, you're probably going to get ambushed by other machines.
Yeah.
So that might not go well.
Yeah, that's what I was remembering, that after we started the gunfire, just about everything turned up. There were hunters and all sorts of things. So this will be interesting to see if it works. Actually, if I can get in close, maybe I should.
So as a side comment, okay, now we just disappear, but there's like a HUD marker, like
Yes.
the one we just saw. That,
Yes.
That's basically how you.
It's a detection, isn't it?
It's to know how you're where you're supposed to go for your mission. So it's gonna pop back when it's visible. So that's our way to not guide you through story, but basically make it available for you. So it's not a story on rails. It's missions that you're free to pick up and drop at any time. So it's very non-linear and open world, like we like to do it at Avalanche.
Should we? Oh, let's see. I'm just gonna give it a go.
It's really hard for me to play the game without
Okay, well,
you see,
stuck to it.
Let's watch. Okay, let's see. Yeah,
maybe
see? It's too high. It's too high. It's
I'll
not
put it on the tanks.
Keep watching Avalanche.
Yeah, but
Nice
at
try.
least they're a little bit, at least distracted.
Well, they were, but they probably aren't anymore now.
Okay.
Maybe they probably lost your trace.
That yellow indicator, I think.
No, yeah, yeah, right, yeah.
It says
Ignore what I said.
It says elsewhere. I mean, it's hard without the sound. I can't quite gauge the intensity either, because that's something that's really good. And this is the music and the sound. It really makes you feel
infantry version.
Yay!
First blood.
So I think I'm probably pretty good in here for the moment. But I was hoping, oh no.
No, you're not.
Alright,
This is not a safe place anymore.
this is all going bad. Alright, so while that's going on, there's that one.
That way we can set up traffic.
Yeah, I'm going to hopefully distract them long enough to find yeah. Oh, actually, I might have, but I don't think I need to find a.
Explore a house and then do some more loot.
Yeah.
Close the door.
I was going
Close
to
the
say,
door.
luckily they don't have keys.
But they might still shoot you through windows.
Yeah, I have
if they see you. So maybe turn off your flashlight.
Yeah. Does the flashlight actually alert?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty good. You can find something else to do this. There's
So
a whole
there's
lot of
comments saying that
places.
they cannot really hear us talking. Now the music and guns are way too loud.
Okay.
Way too loud. So
Can we go into somewhere and change? Probably not, right?
capture card settings. Fisk says.
Capture card settings. Oi, oi, oi. Let me go into here. This is very much a dry run. Let's go. There we go. Hopefully there's that. That looks like it's only just registering some of the sound now. So let's give that a go.
Hopefully this is better.
Yeah. Bit of a
Please
double.
fix the sound issue. Yeah.
Okay,
So hopefully this is better now. Sorry about that.
well,
You did some damage.
yeah, I'm gonna have to do this a few times now, but
Are you tracking the mission in the log? Just
yeah, I think. Let's double check though, but it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it marked as tracking?
No.
Yeah. No, you need to track it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Done now. Otherwise, it won't tick off.
Well, it would tick off, but we wouldn't see it on screen at that moment, maybe. So.
All right. So.
It would be less satisfactory.
Fair enough. All right. Let's heal up. Get some more flares. Hopefully, put some more explosives down, and let's do it. Let's do it. You know, any action star from the 80s would have been proud of. And avalanche explosions and all the rest of it. All right. So
we tried the stealth approach. Now we're gonna change it.
Let's get this one. So assign 2 slots. That one there. I'm going to go this one, and then this one. Assign a slot. The one. Right. So left and right are gas tanks. How many flares have we got? I've got 2 flares left, which is down. All right.
So there seems to be a couple of comments on the specs.
Oh yes. Okay. Hang on. I'll just pick the worst time possible to do that.
It's okay, you blew up the cars around the station, but not the station.
Okay. Huh? Oh,
so far, earlier.
Okay, well, there goes one. This is way too intense. I need. Oh dear.
Yeah, they're ambushing you.
I think I'm gonna be. Maybe, and there's a harvester there. Okay, so what the specs for the game is that how they're going to run on PS4 and stuff like that? Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, well, so
someone like.
There we go.
Yeah.
So there we go.
So that's the specs for PC specs.
Yeah, there we go. Over. So for the people on Mixer running out, I actually had to print this down, so I made sure I got it right. So on PS4 Pro, we'll run at 1440p resolution versus the 1080p on the base PS4. It also PS4 Pro also has a higher LOD distances, better texture filtering, and higher resolution textures. And for Xbox One X, we'll run at 1800p versus 900p, which is on the base Xbox One. And then the other improvements are just same for PS4 Pro, but just turned up even higher. So the Xbox, the specifications are stronger and get better performance out of it. So, yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to do this. I know that did explode. Maybe we can see out the window, but I'm not really liking our chances now. The hunters have turned up.
What do you have in your equipment?
Let's have a look.
That's the problem when you're playing single player. You need to.
I've got more.
Okay.
I've got more.
Assault rifle and hunting rifle. Okay.
So we can do it this way too. What are these ones? Compressed air tank. Let's put that down too, because we've got nothing else really. So I've got one more flare and a couple more gas cans. So I guess we just, give it a go really. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you know what I'm going to
okay, maybe you can no balcony.
No balcony.
No. Maybe there's a back door.
I think this is gas, right? Are they gonna get...
Or you could just hide in the toilet. Hide in the bathroom.
You know what?
Oh, what? Okay.
So that's... can I even get out the door?
Yeah. Run. Voice volume is still very low.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, let's see what happens.
We can try and speak louder, but it's probably not going to solve the main thing.
No, probably not. Get out of here again is going to be another issue. Yeah, I guess maybe just turn speaking louder for the moment.
I can try that.
Yeah.
I doubt it. Hopefully it's going to be
like
enough.
I was saying, it's been a little bit of a challenge with the different sound setup here. So, how bad is it? I know it's bad when you can't hear us. Looking for the information. Alright.
they're on to you. Yeah. Mass explosions.
But no.
Well, they were probably not close enough.
Shoot out these. That'd be cool.
Can shoot the car too. No, the car's already
Car's already gone.
Already gone. Can probably shoot the gas tanks themselves.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Sounds like a desperate measure.
No.
I think that's the kill.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I only just needed a couple more shots. So, solo, we still managed to do this mission, not very gracefully, and only just really. I managed, because this is obviously a dev build. Francis gave me some skills to use, and so I was like, I'm going to need to make myself very tanky. So I gave myself the Vanguard skill in this one, which I think it reduces my damage by 25% or something like that. Makes me a bit of a tank, so that's really good. All right, so it's still pretty good. I can hear you. So anyway, so has everyone in any of the chats got any questions for Greg? Like, I know there's a lot of people that are very story driven when they play games and things like that. So now is your chance to pick the brains behind it all.
So that's where I have to walk the line.
Yeah.
Of not.
Yes.
For spoilers.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, you know, some questions won't be able to answer because of the spoiler thing. Let's just
jump from the bed. Or that.
I want to make this guy explode. Ah! And the tick wants to make me explode.
One of the questions is, what's going to be the biggest plot twist in the story? Well,
you'll have to find out.
It's a tough question to know.
I'm not sure if this guy's still. Oh my god. Weird.
But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we can say that it's obviously not a story-driven game. It's still an action game and not exploration game with a layer of story, and we've tried to make it authentic to the Swedish setting.
Yes.
So that's why you're seeing all of these gas stations and the konditori just before. Excuse my accent. And we've tried to have that authenticity in the story as well. But yeah, it won't be it won't have a linear story that you have to follow, as I mentioned earlier. So it's a lot of missions that you can pick up, and or if you want to destroy machines for a while, you can do that and then come back to it. And it's also open-ended, as in you can keep playing even when you're done with the main story arcs.
Yeah, very nice. That's good for you know, plenty of replayability and all the rest of it.
Can I romance the robots?
Can you romance the?
I cannot reply to that question because of spoilers, you know. So it has to be no.
Just when I thought I was safe, I'm pretty sure I saw the shadow of a hunter still after me in hot pursuit. So, what else have we got going on? So I don't know if you guys saw when I was running away there, something else shot the tick, I think, and it blew up, so I didn't know that was a thing. But that's pretty cool, though. But, yeah, so what
where are you now?
So I'm just back up above the hill here, so I'm kind of tempted to see what I can do to the machines, and then I retreat a little bit.
So yeah, we can mention what this region is. I don't know if we talked about it last week.
Yeah, would you like me to go to the map?
Yeah, you can have a quick look. This this is part of our what we call the Marshlands region. So of course this is still kind of in the mountains.
Yes.
But further north, it's the marshlands that are inspired by northern Sweden.
Okay, there we go.
Not all the way up north, but like Jämtland and other areas.
Okay, so like kind of this part of the area up here. Yep.
And the mountains themselves, which are more to the south.
Yes.
So we're seeing the northern part of the mountains here.
Yeah.
It's inspired by the more the central Sweden. So Kilsbergen. It's summit basically.
Yeah. And if you guys are seeing the map for the first time, this is how huge it is. Like you're seeing just a tiny little piece I've done, and there's so much more to see and to discover in there. So. That's cool.
And yeah, so it's really a massive map.
Yep.
So thankfully you can find safe houses and stuff.
Yeah, that's it. And actually, you can kind of see on here there are a lot of safe houses as well that you have to unlock, of course, as you go through. So
basically, our world is a miniature of Sweden in a way. Like several regions.
I was just
so it's inspired by several regions and not just one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though, and it's nice that it blends in so seamlessly as well. Yeah, so that's good. How big is that map in X and X? That is a good question, and I can't. I'm not sure actually. I guess we could go to. Well, there we go. That's 2.78 kilometers away from me, and let's say this one here is 7.2. So it's probably 10 by 10 kilometers or something like that, roughly. Just at a rough. So it's pretty.
I don't know the exact
massive
numbers, but that's what it looked like.
Yeah, that was just a very rough estimate there. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
So yeah, is the story local or epic world apocalypse? So far we're focused.
Yep.
It's local.
Yep. Well, as far as we know so far, anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, what do you think my chances are of taking this hunter out by myself?
Slim.
Yeah. Because he's got buddies, right?
Yeah. I mean, you starting to attack it will get reinforcements because it's going to be noisy and everything.
Yes. I haven't worked out where the soft parts of these are yet.
Too late. He's probably found you anyway.
Yeah. And this is what this game's about too, is actually engaging cleverly. Like, it's not a good idea for me to start shooting this guy now because I'm going to start chewing through all my first aid kits and everything. So
yeah, from a distance you can shoot, at the weak points.
Yes.
Components.
Yeah.
To cripple them, make you unable to see you, stuff like that. But it's.
I guess. Yeah, like if you had some buddies or whatever, you could, set up traps a little bit easier and things like that. So that'll be good.
Does it go a lot into the lore of the machine origins? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's.
Let
me think. I need to think.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your one of the things you can discover in the main story arcs is where do the machine come from?
Yeah.
And why are they attacking you?
Yep.
So.
It's a very.
That's all I can say, without going into too much detail.
Yeah, that's fine. I've been doing some testing for the last week and a bit just to get used to the game and stuff, and I have to say I'm just like, I know I work here, but I'm really loving it, and I can't wait till it's actually live and everyone else can have a go too. Can see everybody teaming up together to take the machines down, things like that. It's pretty exciting. So
yeah, I was really excited when when they told me that I would be joining the game.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember. I need to remember. I need to speak up a bit.
Yeah, that's okay.
But yeah, it's such a different setting. It's post-apocalypse in a way, post-apocalyptic, but it's really just after.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's days after when you start the game. It's like 4 days afterwards.
Yeah.
So that there's still food on the tables, and some doors opened, and people have just vanished.
Yeah.
So it makes a nice change from post-apocalyptic when it's like years or hundreds of years afterwards.
Yep.
So that's and it's Sweden and it's the 80s. So it's a lot of good stuff.
These snow effects are so nice. It's and look at the lighting and stuff for the trees, man. That's just fantastic. Really nice. Yeah. And so because it's based in the 80s, does that affect? I guess like the language that the characters are using and things like that, or does it as a not too bad considering?
Well, yeah, we've tried to be authentic, so I'm working with obviously Swedes to make sure it can be authentic. So for example, we didn't see that in that one mission item we picked up, but if you pick up a letter or a note, it will be written in Swedish on the note as well, and then you will have the translation in the menu.
Yep, I got you.
So that to make it as authentic as we could.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do remember one of the characters where we had him talking to a rather 80s slang, like that young
Yeah,
that
yeah.
young people used back then. So I wouldn't be able I wouldn't be able to impersonate that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Those are the things I'm really looking forward to, and I think they'll bring some laughs and smiles to people's faces. So that's pretty cool. What else have we got going on here?
We could maybe go downhill and then back on the
Should
past the village or something.
yeah, so do you want to head off down this way?
Or let's try that.
And then let's go and have a look. Let's
Yeah.
do some exploring, because we're kind of limited to where we can go a little bit, so I don't have spoil anything for you guys. So
It's I would say it's fairly safe in that region.
yep, okay,
So you can go ahead. It's okay.
that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, let's
So
head
that
off.
we see more, a bit more of this stuff. So
Yeah.
this is the northern part of the mountains regions.
Yep.
As we said. So thankfully not too many machines there.
Yep.
But yeah, they would ambush you. It's like even in forests. Like it's not like they're not gonna be roaming those areas. They're trying to hunt down every
Last
living
human.
being and
Yep.
get rid of them.
Yeah.
Mostly you, because you're a threat.
Yep.
You, the player. To be honest, when you're solo, you're less of a threat. But
Yep. Well, yeah, I guess yes, the safety in numbers, so they'd want to shut that down pretty fast.
yeah. So yeah, you'll basically discover traces of
Wait,
characters' lives, both before. Okay. Ooh.
there's a relay beacon there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty non spoiler breaking thing we can do, isn't it? So
Yeah.
there's a
It's one of our gameplay.
yeah, and so there's these relay beacons scattered around the map that you can destroy. Well, let's have a go doing that. Usually, fairly
Basically,
well
those
going.
relay bacons,
Bacon.
beacons were placed and are attract machines.
Yes.
So you want to destroy them to again make sure fewer of them keep roaming the map, so that you can be at less of a disadvantage. You're nice and stealthy now.
I'm gonna have to.
Let's see how long that lasts.
Yeah.
A full moon too, or it's like a clear night. Like
Yep.
look at on your left.
Oh yeah,
Really beautiful.
it's very nice.
I love the reflections and everything.
Yeah, it is a very beautiful game. And again, I might be biased, but that's actually my
Yeah.
honest opinion too. Oh, there we go. Something's around somewhere. Oh, that's looks like a hunter.
Hunter, yeah, and there's more behind. Yeah,
Okay, let's see what I've got after that last.
and this is why you need to spend time exploring, like either military locations or civilian houses for more supplies.
Yeah, I've got not a
More.
lot. You know what? Let's just do some trial and error here.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, that's gonna go well.
Yeah, so well.
Bacon in the game, good game. Yeah, I'll have to reuse this bacon thing now at some point in the
Yeah,
in the-
there'll
in the
be
story.
there'll be bacon.
I mean, there was
beacons.
bacon in the 80s and 60s. So.
Yeah, I think so. Man, this thing's tough. It's gonna come and do its
Okay, no.
leap attack. Oh, got some good sparks out of it. Yes.
Good that you have good weapons.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
wouldn't have been able to do that with some of the more basic weapons
No,
or,
I think
or ammo types.
I think he's a basic hunter too, isn't he?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the lower
so-
class.
Yeah, there is the lower class one, so I was a bit lucky with that too. Let's see what goodies he's got in store for us.
Mm.
Oh yeah, some ammo.
And yeah, it's as my colleagues have mentioned before, you can and should loot machines when they're destroyed, because then you will get typically ammo, and if you haven't destroyed some components, then you can. Yeah, it's always good. In this case, you found some ammo that will help you take on the rest.
So I started with 700 and something rounds, and I'm down to 500. So it's been a little bit of gunfire exchanged.
Ein sehr gutes Spiel habt ihr programmiert. Ich freue mich sehr drauf. I speak German.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you very much. Dankeschön. Yeah. to be honest, I shouldn't take credit for any of the programming because I didn't do that. The rest of the team did. We're really excited. It's one month away now from release.
Yeah. And I think, well, especially for the community marketing team now, like all indicators, you know, like it looks like it's going to be a great game, and it feels like a great game, plays like a great game. So you know, we're just so excited to actually be able to get it out there and see what everybody thinks.
You know, we've done our best.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
We're a small team, but everyone's been super passionate about it. So
yeah. So there we go. The run away and gun tactic works alright once you've got enough.
Damn that German.
So I worked out that these runners. Oh no, I won't say that. I worked out their soft point anyway, and that's fun. It's very, very satisfying once you can take them out with one shot with a sniper rifle. It's very satisfying. It's really, really nice. So,
especially if they haven't detected you from a distance. You know.
It's really,
and
really
to
good
be honest,
fun.
that's most of the time you might play that way in solo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like in at work when I was playing the game, I was mostly playing solo for like trying it out, and it was really it was really hard if you don't if you're not an expert or if you don't play it enough.
Yeah.
So there's a learning, like there's value in spending time learning it and exploring the machines and scouting.
Yeah, it's like literally like I'm just trying to do now a bit of trial and error to see what works, what doesn't work, and you know how much firepower can you take. Again, I can actually show you guys. And remember, this is all a previous build, so I had 10 skill points to unlock, and so I just went straight down this line here. So I got a faster reload. I got the run and gun perk. I can click on them and see on the right it says there. So it lowers the amount of spread from like running and hip firing, I suppose.
Yep.
I gave myself a lot more armor because I knew I'd be solo, so that's going to be a big thing.
You need to be able to withstand some damage.
That's right, and I wanted to make sure that I was doing as much damage as I can, so I'm doing like 10% more damage to the enemy armor as well. Trigger happy, what was that? Increased amount of damage dealt when using automatic fire. Yeah, so there's a couple of ones where if it's on semi-automatic, the bullets will do more damage and stuff like that. And then this is the super skill, the max out one for that tree, which is Vanguard. So increases your damage resistance with 25%. So that's why I'm actually a little bit tankier. And I think if you're a solo player, that's probably where you're going to want to go. I mean, everyone's got their own gameplay and stuff like that.
And solo, typically combat and survival would be your two.
Yeah, I think so.
Two of your focuses, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. So that's cool, and I think this drops a little radio, doesn't it? So call your mates in.
Field radio, not super useful in solo.
No,
I think. Well, maybe
I
I'm
can call
mistaken.
it my no friends. Yeah, forever alone. I can call in memes to make myself happy.
But yeah, you can have your mates, as you're saying, join at any time.
Yeah, that's it.
Like even you're playing now, we can.
Yeah.
Because we don't have friends right now, but some of them could join in.
I really like that. It's like, oh, my friend's just come home from work. You know, he can join me here. You know, like there's no delay in it. You guys can both get into the action again. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, so we're reaching a former. Like it's an old fishing lodge, it seems, maybe, or maybe a summer house that. Yeah. So you cannot enter those, I think. Yeah.
No, that's right. Yeah. But very nice, nicely done too. And I don't know if anyone's obviously Fisk being Swedish, but if you actually travel through the Swedish countryside by train or bus or whatever, there's lots of houses like this, like heaps and heaps and heaps. And I used to joke because I thought, oh, a train trip would be great. But you're like, birch tree, pine tree, field, lake, red house, yellow house, and it kind of goes like that in a slightly different order. But it's still very beautiful.
So yeah, obviously we live in Sweden. We live in Stockholm, so it's not like we have this just, across the street.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it's extremely common and realistic.
That's good. So what else are we going on in chat here? I feel like we've neglected it a little bit, but that's more just so we can get all the information and things like that across. So go tank for solo. Taco will be no longer playing with his friends. Just go for the Vanguard. Vanguard is all the friends you need.
Yeah.
Someone still sparks.
So typically Swedish. That a couple of people mentioned that it's really the Swedish countryside. So of course I didn't grow up in the 80s in Sweden.
Yep.
But yeah, I've traveled around as well, as you said, and yeah. Actually, last summer I was in the region Bergslagen, so in the central Sweden.
Okay, yeah.
And I had been on the project already. It was really hard not to walk around and picture.
Yes.
It was kind of the Tetris effect, but in Generation Zero, and picture the machines coming out of corners and stuff. It was a really strange experience.
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
But that means we probably found the right feel for it.
That's good, and I think that's quite cool too. I was talking to someone about that the other day. Is so many different people get different vibes from the game, and I think that's really great because that means it's such an open game. You can interpret it how you like, and you can find and see your own style, or all the different 80s vibes and things like that. People pick up on it, lots of different stuff. So that's cool. What have we got going on for questions? Is this 900p on the base and 1080 on the Pro? So it is 1080p on the base PS4 and 1440 on the PS Pro. Did I say that right? 1080 on the base PS4. That's right. And yeah, 1440 on the PS Pro. So there we go. But yeah, this is all made in our own Apex engine, and as some people are pointing out, as well as you can see some resemblances to the Call of the Wild, which is another beautiful game that we make. So it's very, very nice indeed. So I'm not sure what else we can do really without much of a spoiler. Maybe
without having to travel a long distance, because it's quite far.
You know what? Let's go back in, and I'm going to see how many I can take down before the end of the stream, before I die. I think that'll be a nice a nice little goal challenge.
Is it the same character from solo to multi, or is it different so that we can spec for sound play? Well, you can have several characters.
Yeah, there's
several saves.
There's quite a lot of different characters to choose from, and you can customize them with different clothes and things like that if that's what you meant.
But you can also bring the same from solo to multi as well if you prefer.
I see what he's right.
Like that.
Yep. Sorry.
That they were talking about the specs for sound.
Yep, I got you. Sorry. Yep.
So yeah, you can edit. You can have separate characters in separate settings.
Yep.
If you so wish.
Alright, so there was another hunter somewhere around.
What we can say about the tone, I'm thinking about the characters now, the 80s theme and everything, or is that we obviously this is the story is sci-fi, but it's grounded in a way, as grounded or plausible as sci-fi can get. So that means the tone is rather serious. So it's not tongue-in-cheek 80s, that's for sure. We've tried to honor the setting and see how it would feel for, if you were in that situation, how would you feel?
Yep.
So rather, it's more about the eerie atmosphere, as you can see, like a very familiar setting, but like killer machines roaming around your house, or your what looks like your the house you grew up in.
Oh, I know why, because it's not I got you. It's an assault rifle, not a rifle. Yeah, I think it's like you say, the serious note of it's good. It's very ominous, and I was saying it's a shame I can't hear the music actually, because it really sets the scenes that you're in. And the
I really miss it. I always play with headphones.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it because I'm
exactly
work partly with things that you can hear with sound and VO as well, but for me it makes or breaks the experience.
Yeah, I mean, some of you guys that have played the beta will know about the some of the military barracks, the ticks and things in them, and man, those are just very intense. Just sneaking in around, trying to find something. I don't need any more ammo.
You're just lucky that that the owners are gone, so that you can just
That's right. And it was
shamelessly take their stuff.
Yeah.
Even let the lights on.
It was awfully nice of them. All right, we're here.
Yeah, they had other fish to fry, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. Did you make sure you turn off? No, I didn't turn off the lights. Oh, we're gonna have to go back. So the
yeah, still some traces of the damage you did earlier.
That's right. Yeah. Something
could work in your favor.
Crackling away there.
Maybe.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, I'm sure this hunter's going to be sneaking up on me somewhere here.
Yeah. So more runners. Nice.
Oh, I got on what I'm at.
No, it's the same. It's the same harvester as before.
It is.
Or did you?
No. I don't think we built the harvester.
No.
Oh look, that seems like a bit of those
And of course, the harvester being mostly a defensive armored machine, it has a lot of escorts. So
away.
basically, you shooting at it will get you in trouble. Or it's gonna, yeah.
I'm gonna guess that anything that sparkles. Oh. Okay, we mowed them down pretty quick.
Fisk mentioned, I love that you can see the damage that you made to it earlier. Yeah. So that's all remembered and saved. So that's yeah. If you're overpowered or if you're out of ammo, you can leave and come back. So. See all the runners that escorted the harvester onto you.
It's
so much for the stealthy approach.
Yeah, I'm just come at me. Deal. Oh, that one's pretty tanky. Must be high class.
Also depends where you shoot it.
Yeah.
When I started playing at first, I was struggling with it. Well, I was shooting at the like the parts that don't take damage, basically. Just wasted bullets.
Okay. So maybe they've probably radioed into their hunter by now, I would imagine.
Yeah. If you want, you can also walk not on the road, so that they...
A little bit more cover.
Yeah.
See if this harvester's...
But then if you run, it kind of...
negates it.
Negates it. Just saying.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, there's something to my left here.
That one's more armored. So yeah, and there are different parts of the world.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame. Well, not a shame. It's nice at night time, but it's good in the daylight. You can tell the difference of the paint a little bit better, and I'm sure Graham's covered that as well a couple of times. But yeah, there's different different hardness of the machines, I guess, and they come in forms of different classes.
Nice.
And that was a lucky shot.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hitting the parts that go sparking on it. I think that's a good game plan. Yikes.
So yeah,
I think I hit
it can defend it. How are you doing on health? Okay, you're a bit under half.
Yeah, I don't think you like that so much. Bullets is going to take how many bullets, I should say.
While you were shooting the machines, I was actually looking at the sign, you know, with the oil prices.
Oh yeah.
And thinking, oh, by the way, are these?
Were they accurate for the time?
Yeah, I think we had a question or discussion a couple of days.
Yeah.
So we've tried to make it accurate.
That's very cool.
It's of course in Swedish crowns.
Yeah, these ones look like a very high ranking machinery.
They're definitely a bit more armored. Not bad.
Treating, eh?
doesn't seem to be a hunter anymore around so far.
No, so far so good.
That's
that one, he's gone. Yep. That's quite
so
cool
yeah,
that
you
they
get
run away as well, actually.
While you're shooting, I can mention, so this is a small village or a hamlet even called Gadpamar, I think.
Yes, yeah, that's
so yeah, that's one of the. Guess that was. I'm not sure whether that's the kind of village where the gas station was built first and then the houses around it. It's really a stop on the road. But yeah, there are many of those of those really small villages in Sweden.
Yeah.
And but they still have a bakery, konditori, obviously closed now.
Yes.
Because yeah, the owners vanished like the rest of
and
everyone else.
The machines make their own supplies. Well, the harvester gathers their own stuff, I should say.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's coming in with some more right there in a second. But anyway, I think that must be not a bad place to start wrapping this up, I think.
I think so.
I am totally out of ammo now, so that was what, 750 rounds.
So did you just pick up enough ammo before this to make sure you can just go through the stream and that's it?
That's right. Yeah, that was well done, Francis. It was well guessed. So there we go.